Good morning, Michael. How are you? See, it's such an ingrained thing. How are you? You are alive, and I'm very happy
I
to see
live, exactly. As you can see. So,
you.
yeah.
Um, Tell me, what are we doing today? We're carrying on with our enoughness. I don't think we had enough of it yet.
We
Um,
didn't have enough of the enoughness. Of course not, because systems tell you you're never enough because they're all based on outdated financial principles, and they're just saying it's never going to be enough. So
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead, dance with me.
We kind of started. You sent me something just an hour or
Yeah,
so ago, which triggered me, of course, around generalization,
yeah,
and how that is kind of where we base our not enoughness on, because as you would say, um, our one of oneness, being one of
yeah,
one, isn't enough in a generalized system.
yeah. Because system make money when they generalize you. So that's why
Yeah.
Google is not happy, or anybody, any big company is not happy to just do, a city. They want
Mm,
to do the whole thing, and for that they have to generalize. They have to also, all science have to focus on how we can generalize humans so they can actually use our system,
mm,
and by that we have to adapt. And just the simplest fact is how they just change technology, and you just have to know, oh, now the new cell phone thing is you can't go here. I mean,
yeah.
everybody does it. YouTube. I
Yeah.
tried this morning YouTube, and they changed their how to get to their watch list. Actually, I would watch, but I
Yeah.
couldn't get watch later list. I couldn't get to it. So, and it's not. I love Google. It's
Yeah.
not Google. It's just our perception. And I always want to say that because it seems people think in the generalization we can be excused. If I have a lot of money, if I'm a leader, if I'm all the things that everybody is saying, I'm accepted. I will, it will not affect me, but it
Mm,
affects everyone, because we are a collective creator species.
mm,
So we are part animal, and we are
yeah.
part of nature.
Yeah.
And but our purpose is a little more or different. I wouldn't say more, different than of animals, because
Mm,
we can literally make our own habitat, which is systems, right? I mean, this is totally, it's good, and I'm not against systems, but
mm,
when with the system comes generalization, and also when it comes with system natural the natural way it is, our natural being is, we are one of one each.
mm, mm,
And the reason of one, we talked before about this before, is that we can synergistically find each other
mm,
and experience the physical reality.
mm,
If it was so easy and primitive to be physical, we
mm.
could all be just men and women. That's it. Out, finished. And that's what science thought in the old days. In the old day, oh, there's women and men. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you have to generalize. Oh, there's a different race. Oh, there's a different. And you're from South Africa. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people. I'm from Austria, so
Yeah.
I've met so many people all over the world, and they're all the same. But they're
Yeah.
not having the same pattern. They're all the same human. So
Mm,
where the connection should be is in the humanity, one of one. And we're
mm.
all, so you can't segregate in race or gender. Then
Well,
you and I should never have this talk, because all women, if I look in a filter first at you, that you're a woman, and you look at me in a filter first in a systemic generalization, all men are pigs, all women are want just money. When you look at that before, you can never dance with each other, and nothing
mm,
comes off it. And that's why we are in a hamster wheel,
yeah.
because we there's so many things coming together, like in a tribe. That's why we have a tribe. So the tribe always is dominant because when our DNA, when we go in fight flight, we must survive, and one of the survival path is to go to the tribe. The tribe helps you out. The tribe is, and let's say you are drunk or crazy or whatever happens.
Yeah.
And when you go to the tribe, there's the wise one, there's the wisdom people, there's the woman, there's the healer, there's the magician, there's all these people that actually you can get a different perspective. They cannot heal you. Nobody can heal you. You only heal yourself, but you get a different perspective. And the power of being human is being enough. It's the one of oneness, the power of being. You want to experience how powerful it is to be human. Be in your one of oneness, in your singularity. What system says, I say one of oneness.
Yeah.
And you find you find who you are. Find that's the whole thing. You're always perfect. You're always perfect, because even when you're little, you learn how to be physical, and then when you're old, you die. You leave this realm.
Yeah.
And it's not bad dying. It's not like stupid to being a kid.
No.
That whole is a process. That whole is a process. And nobody looks systemically like that at all. They just want to make power and money. But why do you need power when you have all the power?
Within, because you're enough. So to not have to prove yourself. And I think that's a lot for me when I think about being enough. There's this, and I suppose this is also system relevant as to how do other people see me? How am I being validated through others? Now
how would I have done that? I mean, you're a woman, number one, a pretty woman, so that's helps systemically, and how would I have done that? I was stuttering, I was sick. First of all, when you're sick, you're nobody, So then then I was extremely neurodiverse, which and then so I couldn't do anything. I have 8 years of school. And I had to repeat 2 classes, So I was 10 and being with the 12-year-olds. So I was 12 and being with the 10-year-olds. Yeah, it's my neurodiversity again. But how would I have done that?
That's what makes you unique. So I'm going to throw it back at you and ask you, how did you not fall into that trap? Or you did maybe for a long time.
For 52 years, I fell into the trap.
Yeah.
I pushed I hit the wall. I hit, like every human hit the wall. And that's why I'm saying nobody's excluded from this, because we got distorted. Our perception got distorted, and we look at us as man, woman, race, sexuality, blah, blah, blah. Now it's gender, all this stuff. So, but that's a generalization.
Yeah. Same as money.
Transgender is a generalization. As much as saying I'm special, I'm one of one. No. You are generalization. Non-binary is a generalization that the system, and they fight that the system defines and think, no, you're one human, period. We don't need to discuss what you are. You're one of one human, and you're perfect as one of one, because nature doesn't make mistakes. You wouldn't be born if you are a mistake. There's,
Yeah.
And so
the problem lies in trying to define ourselves. So why do we want to define ourselves? Why do we need to be neurodiverse or be, have this label or focus on being a woman or have a white skin or blue eyes or brown hair? What does it matter? How do we take ourselves out of that and go, I am enough. I am already enough. It doesn't matter what I do within this process. And that kind of frees up all that energy that goes, okay, well, now I want to do stuff because I don't have to prove myself. It's almost like that drains your creative, collaborative creature aspect when you're trying to prove yourself.
For me, it was nature, right? I never thought that that humans are bigger than nature. I always knew intuitively. I knew we are part of nature. We are animal. We are not an animal, but we are collective creator species. So our superpower is creation.
Yeah.
And when I said, okay, so if all these people that are losers in systems, right?
Yeah.
All these supposedly, handicapped, disability, all these people,
Mm.
is that in the nature? Do you find that in nature? There's
Well,
somebody strong and somebody weaker, but there's but everybody has its own, there's not even, except the mating season, there's not even a difference between male and female. It's
yeah.
just, mating season. Yeah. And then nurturing the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have teats, to feed my children. So obviously the woman is doing that, but
Yeah.
I'm going hunting for getting food, all the stuff.
Yeah.
So what is the
But even that generalization doesn't always work. I mean, women can also hunt, and men can
exactly,
nurture as much as they can if
exactly.
they have or whatever.
But
But
in nature, you do what
nature,
you need to. In nature, you are in the moment. Nature is, I mean, it's something why we love dogs and cats and animals, because they're always in the moment. They're not thinking, oh, you were gone 3 hours. Now I'm going to let you pay. I'm not going to talk to you, So,
yeah,
so they jump
yeah.
on you, the dogs, the kitties. They love.
Well, although my cat can give me the silent treatment for a while if I didn't feed her on the right time, or there's still a bit of that. But it's not,
Yeah,
bad intention. It's kind of a game, which
yeah.
is quite nice to play with
Yeah.
animals and to communicate.
And animals are jealous, they're always jealous because they want to be loved, they want to be loved, not the other one.
Yeah. So
So,
attention as well.
so this helped me because I say I cannot be against. Why would I, like, say,
Mm.
I'm male, so why would I fight being a male? I'm
Mm.
not talking about transgender yet now.
Mm.
I'm just talking. Why would I fight that I'm a male? Why would I fight it that I'm a human? Why do I want to go on Mars? Why do I want to be automaton from anybody? Why not experience? Or why would I want to be super spiritual? Why do I want to be an expert in this? Yes, be an expert if that's your passion.
Yeah.
But why do I want this instead of being? Why do I want to look different? Why do I want to be 6'5"? Why do I want to be? Because the conditioning, of generations
Mm.
that we need to be generalized, because systems in the old time were right. They weren't bad. Second World War, could you imagine we wouldn't have the thing that there wasn't in the mental capacity to comprehend that we are one of one.
Mm.
And that had to be perfect. That's why I say we need to update system, not fight them, nothing. Update systems so we make very natural, nature-like.
Mm.
We take what works in nature and bring it into systems, meaning we are one of one. We dance with each other. We don't have to hug. We don't have to marry and be, don't have to do all the system thing. We don't have to have a religion and pray to that to be part of it. No, we just have to be one of one. Look at whatever you want to do. Experience what you ever want to do. And if you love Buddhism, then go be Buddhist,
Yeah. But I think the trick is almost to be able to separate yourself from the system, because the human is still the human, separate from the system, system. And this is what we'll kind of touch on next week, around, we created these systems as artwork. So why are we being bound in by them if they are creation? We still have the power to create
Exactly.
an update within those systems, or remove ourselves from it. We don't have to abide by, we don't have to have a religion. We don't have to do it this way. But we can respect others that do want to do it that way.
Yeah, you respect any person. When this is what I say. Why can't, if somebody likes Hitler, right? Why can he talk especially in the university, that he thinks that Hitler is a thing? And it's funny because all the top politicians studying Hitler, but it is in Germany, you can't even say the word, So that's a generalization. I mean, don't we want to take that as an example? Why not? And why thing? And if we don't talk, it's going to come. Because war, what is war? War is not hatred. War is based on powerlessness. This is proven now everywhere where it's going to be, it all comes out. It's a powerlessness. And the more people are generalized and making the norm, which you hate, I know, the norm, So to make the norm, the less the rest of oneness is not worthy anything, but only the generalization. Then that's why people become generalized. They adapt, because we have a superpower number 3, which is adaptation, and we just adapt to this. Okay, I'm a man. I have to be a pig. I have to be this. I have to be masochistic. I have to put women down. I have to do this because that's what the system says. I have to have that in me, even I cannot execute that, but I can have that in me. I have that in me, and the guilt and the blame of all the other men that did it. And then what it's doing is, and that's the stupid loop, the hamster wheel, because you generalize people and say this works because it worked with 80% of people, and it worked with 80% of people, so you don't fit. Neurodiversity, whatever, you cannot do what they do. You cannot be brave, nice in the school and listen and regurgitate. And all of a sudden, it's you. So you're ashamed because the system made a generalization, and then you feel guilty if that generalization doesn't work. And now more and more, the generalization is, oh, you talked about this. You cannot talk about this. So politics, everybody sacrifices their uniqueness, their contribution for humanity, sacrifices that because he gets punched by the system. If you say something, you get punched by the system. You get punched by the system because generality rules over uniqueness. And generality, that's completely idiotic, because then you would say, oh, nature is mean. Nature is nothing. Without nature, we wouldn't be alive.
But we are nature. Yeah, we're not separate from nature, so we can't pretend that we are.
Yeah, and that's it. The pretension of we can. You and I don't need to. We can do it alone. We can be great and whatever. No, the value is in together. The value is you can be different and together. That's what the value is.
Yeah, and that's that beautiful. That Perry also uses the mycelium effect. In nature, us as humans within nature as well, how we can subconsciously feed each other by building our own strengths, and and having the roots to stand in who we are as a one of one, instead of as I don't fit into this system, or even wanting to fit into a system. Is something I'm not sure I understand. I understand belonging. I understand how I want to be part of and seen and heard, but I don't want to be like you because I don't know how to do it.
It should be obviously, we don't want to be like each other. Please, everybody, listen to this. We love to dance with each other, but we don't want to be each other. Because there's a reason why we are unique. Because that is a reason why we are unique. That's why nature doesn't make mistakes. If you can prove to me that nature makes mistakes, and that's a mistake to make one of each other, and this is what we're saying. The systems has to shift from generalization. The big update, if systems want to survive and want to update, is to shift from seeing humans as a species with, male, female, and race, to, that's true. That is absolutely true. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
But then updates, and to serve the people better, we need to understand that every person is one of one. Not trying to do, I have 5 disability people, I don't care. But when more disability people come, then all of a sudden, whoa, we have to do something. It's the same thing, when people are upset and become conscious of a certain thing, and there's too many people come, then they say, oh, we're not gonna, you don't have to pay these taxes, and they're gonna charge you somewhere else. But it's not it. When the people become conscious of something like disability or something, whatever it is, whatever need, kids need to be this, and or a woman need to be this. When they become enough conscious, like the famous example with smoking in the hospitals, right? And the doctors think for smoke. When we become conscious, then the system is always behind. It's always behind. But we put it, and see, this is the thing. When we put the system first, that is behind, we are relegated to be in the hamster wheel. I give you a good example why I want people to. So I talked to disabled people in to one specific girl in Canada, and she told me that she was fighting for disabled stalls, the restrooms, and now system says, oh, we're getting too much pressure from the transactional people. Now we have to, and they just so transactional people don't have to wait. Have previous, if they have before a disabled person, they get in. It's not the disabled have first right to get their bladder emptied. No, it's the disabled. So if I call myself monkey, I can go in, and the system says, yeah, monkeys need to be taken care of. Then I can use everything because the system uses the advantage of, because otherwise it would be too much dissonance. And the problem is the one of oneness. If we just say everybody's one of one, and we don't have more and more segregations, because we have the segregations because we become more conscious and said, no, for these people you have to do something too. But if we are one of one, you don't have to do something for this people, or it's easy to find.
Yeah, because you see the whole person. You don't just see this one thing. It's each person is unique, and therefore this person, Susie, is in a wheelchair and she can't walk. How do we get Susie? Not all people in wheelchairs, because
not all people, because there's people that can throw their wheelchair away and walk. It just there is different kind of disabilities, and you cannot segregate systemically to pay. It's always it's never enough, right? It's never enough, and it's always money, and the never enough forces us to generalize. And when we generalize, we actually dampen humans. And then when it doesn't work for them, it's just a waste. Then they feel guilty and say, oh my God, all women are happy, but I'm not happy. All men, all neurodivergent people are so happy, but it didn't work for me. And from neurodiversity, it's defined, systemically defined. It's everybody is different. There's no dyslexic that is the same.
No. And no autistic person or whatever label you want to use.
The same.
These are all individuals, and each of us look at the world differently. So something just came up and now I forgot it, around enoughness and what was it? Money. You always have this interesting thing that you say, the beggar and the millionaire both think about money,
And the billion, not the millionaire, the billion. The top people, I tell you, all the conspiracy saying that the top people run it, they are all in it. They're not all in it, they're all victims. We are collective victim of our perception.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
We are collective. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Because not otherwise why would we over generation repeat the same thing?
Yeah. So when do we stop? When do we stop and we say, hang on a minute?
Right now. Just listen to this like 3 or 4 times. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to pay. Just listen to that. The change will come automatically because of your awareness. The
Yeah.
better you are, more you are aware, the better, because we cannot, the people are on such a fight and flight right now
Mm.
where you cannot, where they can't even be controlled anymore. Which you see, they cannot be controlled in, because they say, my life isn't worth anything because I'm not generalizing, fitting in the generalization.
Yeah.
So you cannot manipulate or control people anymore because they don't care. When you don't care for your life, but the system also conditions you to don't care. When 600,000 in that one war, 50,000 in the other war die, for a system, for somebody that decides, oh, I couldn't run this company, I just destroy it, that's and they don't, and if they could see, if they would not be involved, this proves that these people are involved. I mean, you don't have to do any worse today. Why can we also, since we finance all the wars, my question is, don't we have the right to get the purpose of the function of war, not the form, the function of war? What is the human-centric function of having a war? What does it help to destroy? Culture, infrastructure from them,
Yeah.
and humans, and the
Yeah.
humans pay for that war too. So we
Yeah.
can never think we are enough. Do you see that, how in what we created collectively? I'm not saying the system leader did it. No.
Yeah.
They're just the
Yeah.
victims. They're the victims, the greatest victim. All the system leaders are the greatest victims. They don't know what else to do, and they just do that.
Yeah.
What did we do to ourselves? I'm not asking, I'm not blaming, I'm not finger pointing. We all, over generations, and we do what our parents says, right? The one of one in psychology,
Yeah.
when they say, why the turkey is, why we have such a big turkey pan when the turkey is like this small, and then all the
Yeah.
grandmother were there, and said, oh, we never had another one. We
Yeah.
just used that can. And so we do
Yeah.
that. We copy each other, and especially if you're in fight flight. If you're not in peace, in balance, in peace, we do everything fight flight. Every decision, like a turkey decision, is let me copy what makes them survive. Oh, Michelle survived because she used that turkey pen. I'm using always a turkey pen, even though I'm only one person.
Yeah. Because I need to hold on to something.
I hold on to
Yeah.
survival, which is a DNA drive. It's not, you can know everything on this world. It's a DNA. When you push the DNA pushes, no more rational thinking. And no more rational thinking. That's why I say you have to get so and really search that what is your uniqueness. What did nature, God, or whatever you want to call it, make you a one of one? Why?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it for 52 years. I was hitting the wall. That was system relevant partly, but
Yeah.
I was hitting the wall, and never. And that's so many say success, leadership is what they say. That's why leaders kill themselves. That millionaires kill themselves, because it's not what it's supposed to be. So
That's
the
it.
bottom people are the freest,
Yeah.
and they want to come up,
Mm.
and there's nothing there. They think
Yeah.
that there's the avatar there, the avatar, and they are segregated,
Yeah.
and everything works together. It's always working.
And that Avatar movie, I love that so much. The movie and the concept of, that connection to nature and how we are so unique,
Yeah,
and how we need to take pauses to actually kind of go, who am I? Like, what is my one of one? Not where do I fit in, or what am I
yeah.
supposed to do, or any of that. Just what are my gifts? What do I bring that others might not bring.
But not the knowledge, not the knowledge. Oh, I was I number one in math. I hate math, but I got always a straight A.
Yeah.
That's not what we're saying.
No.
It's saying you are one of one, so you need to always observe and not compare.
That's
Observe,
it. Yes. Yes.
and
The
then
comparison
also,
is the issue.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, and you need to. Uh, it's the one of oneness is found remind yourself. I would put a sticker, like I said to kids. Who am
Yeah.
I as a one of one?
Yeah.
Because that's the question, not where do I fit in to survive? Because then it makes your whole life makes a survival issue.
And it's this drive, this anxiety of how must I change? It's also a lot of these self-help and
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, you must change yourself to be, to fit into the system. And that's where so much of that lies in, oh, I'm not enough. Oh, I should be different.
Yeah.
But you don't, because you are born perfectly perfect.
Perfectly,
and
perfectly, and you die perfectly. Because it's funny, right? When you die, the most billionaires says, "What would you want to do?" Oh, I would have, and they're expected that they say, "Oh, I want to buy this hotel and give it to my thing." No, they all say, "I wish it was more my animals, with my family, with people. I would have given more thing to my wife or to my husband." So the in between birth and or 7, because you learn it till 7, and then death is just and we can't, and science cannot talk about death. Science cannot talk about this. So you can talk about everything because everybody is different.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. Yes. And it isn't about offending anyone or stepping on any toes or any of
No.
that. It's just about being really authentically curious and
Yeah.
curious about how I see the world and how you see the world, and how it feels for us to share that.
And make that safe. Make that safe.
Yeah.
Make that safe. If I want to talk about this and that's generally forbidden,
Yeah.
why cannot I talk about this?
Yeah.
It would help. It would help to resolve it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because fear puts us into a flight
Yeah.
or flight survival
Yeah.
mode. And that's where we can't be creative or
Yeah.
create
Yeah.
or connect and connect.
No. It is already. No,
It's already done.
I want to just say the one thing you said. Yeah, that we're always searching where do I fit in, but you're always giving up your thing when you fit in. Obviously, you wanna sense, what you resonate with most.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you need to change, because let's say I think I need to do. There's some bikers and I want to be a biker and I love bikes and I want to protect it. And then I see the bikers, Christian bikers or the Hells Angels or whatever, or whatever, and I don't resonate with them. Or in normal biker group, I just don't resonate with them.
Yeah.
Now, do I have to adapt to them and stay with them? No, get out, do something else, check it out, and never pay. Just say, I want to try it out. I want to see how it is. And if you feel it's great, then pay, and participate,
Or be a biker on your own. You could be a loner biker if you need to.
Exactly. No, bike. Yeah. I mean, this is just an example. We're not
No,
against
no.
bike. I'm a big-hearted biker myself. So,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Yeah, but it is about following your passion on your terms.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to all be different or not listen to our intuition, because there's a lot of instinct that comes out. We know all of it. Like, we have all the wisdom within. But to recognize that little voice that says, I don't like this, or I don't feel this is nice for me.
Is it me? Is that for my oneness? See, intuition, even the word intuition is tricky, because I don't have an intuition. I don't feel I have any intuition. I just sense it. You have 6 senses.
Yeah.
And that's normal. That's human-centric. I have 6 senses. My 6 this feels right.
Yeah. See, I call that intuition. So it's just a word for me.
But you see but you know how much dirt how much dirt God has, how much dirt intuition has, neurodiversity has. All these definitions have horrible dirt on them.
Yeah. I reckon we should start communicating in symbols. We'll just
No, because you and I don't have misunderstanding. Just normal human-centric discourse, not coming with vernacular, system vernacular.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will see you again next week, this time, and we will tackle systems as human artwork.
Yeah, like churches were, and like churches were. There goes the golf nationals, the masters,
Yeah.
a system that is very much like run like a system,
Yeah.
supposed to be run, where
Yeah.
everybody can come and enjoy. It's an artwork.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let's update those ideas. See you next week.